Britain in crisis. A nation once revered for its resilience and innovation now finds itself grappling with unprecedented challenges. Once a global economic powerhouse, the UK now faces a cost of living disaster and a future that feels dimmer than its past. The high streets, once bustling with life, now echo with silence. Families are forced to choose between heating and eating, a decision no one should have to make in a modern society. The NHS is buckling under pressure, and the promise of progress for the next generation feels broken, leaving young people disillusioned. This isn't a sudden storm. It's a culmination of years of neglect and oversight. Decades of political missteps and economic neglect have eroded the nation's foundations, leaving scars that are hard to heal. The 2008 financial crash exposed the fragility of an economy over-reliant on finance, neglecting the industries that once sustained communities. The echoes of that crisis still resonate today. Recovery was weak and unequal, leaving the country vulnerable. The divide between rich and poor has only widened. Today, on October 27, 2025, Britain stands at a crossroads, shaped by choices in Westminster, Brexit, and deep societal shifts. The decisions made now will define the future. To understand this decline, we must unravel the decisions and events that led us here. Each headline tells a story of missed opportunities and challenges unmet. Only by confronting these causes can we hope to chart a better, more secure future. Unity and resilience will be key in rebuilding. This is the story of how Britain lost its way and what it will take to find it again. The journey to recovery begins with understanding and action. Made in Britain once meant quality, innovation, and a sense of national pride. British goods were sought after around the world, and the label was a symbol of reliability and craftsmanship. The UK was the world's workshop, its prosperity built on a powerful combination of industry and finance. Cities thrived and jobs were plentiful, fueling a sense of optimism about the future. But beneath this confidence, cracks began to form, signs of trouble that would only grow with time. The decline of manufacturing, especially from the 1980s onward, devastated entire communities. Once busy towns were left struggling as factories closed and jobs vanished almost overnight. The economy shifted to services, especially finance, creating new wealth in London but leaving much of the country behind. Regional inequalities widened, and many felt forgotten. The 2008 financial crisis exposed the dangers of relying so heavily on a single sector. When finance faltered, the shockwaves rippled across the nation. Massive government bailouts were needed to stabilize the system, but they sent public debt soaring to unprecedented levels. Austerity followed, slashing public spending and choking off investment needed for long-term growth. Communities lost vital services, and opportunities for renewal faded. Local services, schools, and the NHS suffered deeply, storing up problems for the future and eroding the social fabric that once held communities together. Britain's troubles are not recent. They're the result of a long, slow decline from global leadership, as influence and confidence gradually slipped away. The country failed to adapt to new economic realities, and too often responded to crisis with short-term fixes and policies that weakened the state's ability to respond. These vulnerabilities set the stage for the shocks that would push Britain from managed decline to full-blown emergency, as new crises exposed old weaknesses. The seeds of today's crisis were sown decades ago, and their consequences are still unfolding, shaping the nation's future in ways that are only now becoming clear. For most Britons, the crisis is personal, felt in shrinking paychecks and soaring bills. Real wages have stagnated for over a decade, leaving millions poorer than before the 2008 crash. Essentials like food, energy, and fuel have become unaffordable for many, forcing families into impossible choices. The dream of home ownership is out of reach for a generation. Inequality has deepened. The wealthy see their assets grow, while others struggle to get by. Regional divides are stark. London prospers, while former industrial towns face decline. Two families, one in Surrey and one in Lancashire, live in different economic worlds. This is the human cost of inequality, dwindling opportunities, and growing hopelessness. The social contract feels broken. Without action, these divides will only widen. Britain's future depends on restoring fairness and opportunity. Stability is essential for economic growth, but recent years have brought only chaos. A revolving door of prime ministers and chancellors has created chronic uncertainty. The aftermath of the Brexit vote saw policy reversals and confusion, culminating in Liz Truss's disastrous mini-budget. Markets panicked, the pound crashed, and mortgage rates soared, an economic self-inflicted wound. Political instability shattered Britain's reputation for sound management, scaring off investors. Instead of tackling deep-rooted problems, leaders focused on short-term survival. The result? A weaker, more divided country, unprepared for future challenges. Political chaos has translated directly into economic pain for millions. Brexit was the biggest shift in British policy in decades, promising sovereignty and prosperity. The reality: new trade barriers with Europe, higher costs and lost opportunities. Businesses faced mountains of paperwork and delays. Trade with the EU fell sharply. Sectors like fishing, agriculture and finance suffered, with jobs and investment moving abroad. Labour shortages hit key industries, and prices in shops rose. The promised global trade boom hasn't materialised. Brexit isn't the sole cause of Britain's woes, but it's made a bad situation worse. The economic headwinds are stronger than ever. Britain's transformation from industry to services has left deep scars. Once, factories and mines provided stable jobs and community pride across the country. Deindustrialisation in the 1980s dismantled this world, replaced by a service economy centred on London. The result: a two-speed nation, prosperity in the southeast, decline elsewhere. Regional divides in wealth, health and opportunity have grown. Many feel left behind, fueling resentment and shaping the Brexit vote. Secure unionised jobs have given way to precarious gig work and zero-hours contracts. For many, this means low pay and constant insecurity. The challenge now is to build an economy that spreads prosperity beyond London. Healing the wounds of deindustrialisation is essential for Britain's future. The UK's core problem is stagnant productivity, working just as hard, but producing less. Since 2008, productivity growth has flatlined, dragging down wages and living standards. Chronic underinvestment in technology and infrastructure leaves British workers less efficient than global peers. The skills gap is another barrier. Too few have the technical training needed for modern jobs. Many are trapped in low-skill, low-wage work, unable to progress. Without productivity growth, higher wages and better services are unsustainable. Solving this puzzle requires long-term investment, a stable policy environment, and a radical overhaul of skills training. Innovation and opportunity must reach every region, not just London. Productivity is the key to restoring prosperity. The future depends on unlocking Britain's potential. Britons face a painful reality: record-high taxes and crumbling public services. The tax burden is the highest in 70 years, yet the NHS, schools and local councils are struggling. People pay more but feel they get less, fueling frustration and mistrust. A decade of austerity hollowed out the state, and new pressures from the pandemic and inflation have made things worse. National debt has soared, with billions spent just on interest. Money not available for services or tax cuts. Fiscal drag pulls more people into higher tax brackets, squeezing household budgets. The government faces a tough balancing act: fund services, keep taxes down, and control debt. This fiscal straitjacket will limit choices for years to come. Restoring public trust means delivering real value for every pound taxed. Despite years of turmoil and uncertainty, Britain's core strengths remain: world-class universities that attract talent from around the globe, a vibrant and innovative tech sector, and a resilient, adaptable workforce. These assets have helped the country weather many storms in the past, and they continue to offer hope for the future. Recovery is possible, but it demands a bold new path, one focused on long-term investment, boosting productivity, and supporting industries that can drive sustainable growth for decades to come. Stability and clear, consistent policy are essential to encourage business confidence, attract investment, and lay the foundations for long-term economic growth. The green economy offers huge opportunities. creating new industries, reducing emissions, and helping Britain lead the world in clean technology. This means more jobs in clean energy, advanced technology, and modern manufacturing, sectors that can provide secure, well-paid work for the next generation. Tackling regional inequality means devolving power and investing in skills, transport, and infrastructure outside London, so that every region can thrive and contribute to the nation's success. The goal is clear: an economy where opportunity isn't defined by your postcode, but by your potential and ambition. Rebuilding public services, especially the NHS and social care, must be a top priority to ensure everyone has access to the support they need. Addressing the housing crisis is vital for a fairer, more inclusive society, where everyone has a safe and affordable place to call home. These are tough challenges, but with focus, determination, and a shared sense of purpose, Britain can restore hope and rebuild its future for all. The time to act is now. Britain's future depends on the choices we make today.